New explosive details keep coming out about Tom Thibodeau being fired. The latest reports indicate that it was Knicks owner James Dolan himself who spearheaded the meeting in terms of getting Tom Thibodeau fired. And one Knick player refused to return if Tom Thibodeau returned next season. We're going to break down all of these latest details today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. James Dolan pushed for Tom Thibodeau to be fired. The Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau on Tuesday. And since then, new reports have come out giving us new details into why the Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau. Some reports indicated that players were frustrated. Others indicated that Karl-Anthony Towns had something to do with it. We dropped a number of videos covering those details. But now, reports are coming out indicating that Leon Rose made the decision to fire Tom Thibodeau after Knicks owner James Dolan aggressively pushed for it. Shout out to NBA Insider with Yahoo Sports, Vincent Goodwill, for giving us this following information here. According to him, what was clear was Tom Thibodeau's firing being spearheaded by Knicks owner James Dolan. At least that's what sources told Yahoo Sports. James Dolan and team president Leon Rose held exit meetings with key Knick players, and the complaints were clear. James Dolan, whom sources said was never a huge fan of Tom Thibodeau throughout the years, asked questions in the meeting while Rose took a secondary role. A couple of players felt like Tom Thibodeau played the starters too many minutes and felt he had an inability to adjust. And another player said he didn't feel like he could play for Thibodeau if the coach returned next season. Goodwill continues here by stating, Tom Thibodeau did play his starters a lot and didn't develop a bench the way other coaches have. Mikal Bridges openly complained about playing too many minutes, and that's when it seemed things started to go sideways. You don't fire Tom Thibodeau with 3 years and $30 million left on his contract extension that won't kick in until next season because you lose in the conference finals. You fire Tom Thibodeau because you want to. Shout out to Yahoo Sports for breaking down all of this information for us. Initially, when this firing happened, all the details were suggesting that it was Leon Rose's call, Leon Rose's decision. But now we're hearing some differing reports indicating that James Dolan played a larger part than we were led to initially believe. Now it seems like he was the one who was spearheading that meeting. He was the one guiding it. He was the one directing it. And overall, once that meeting ended, him and Leon Rose had a conversation, and he aggressively pushed for the Knicks to fire Tom Thibodeau. Now, I do want to mention, Leon Rose is his own person, is his own man. If he did not want to fire Tom Thibodeau and he was being forced into a situation he did not want to be in, he would not be team president anymore. He would not be doing that. The fact that he agreed with James Dolan and fired Tom Thibodeau, that says a little bit more. However, now we understand it wasn't solely a Leon Rose decision. And I think initially we all knew that. However, we didn't know the degree to which James Dolan was involved. We know he was present at the exit meetings, but we have no idea what his role is. Now we understand it. Leon Rose was playing a secondary role in those meetings, while James Dolan, he was the one leading it all, leading the charge, if you will. And after everything was said and done, a decision was made to fire Tom Thibodeau. But it is interesting to note there that James Dolan really was never a fan of Tom Thibodeau for years. However, he stayed head coach for 5 years with New York, and Leon Rose protected him time and time and time again until he knew it was time to get a new voice in the locker room. But going back to this particular part in the report, NBA insider with Yahoo Sports, Vincent Goodwill, stated that one player stated he didn't feel like he could play for Tom Thibodeau if Thibs returned next season. And I don't know about you guys, but I have been racking my brain trying to figure out what player that could be. Could it be Karl Anthony Towns? Could it be OG Anunoby? Could it be Mikal Bridges? I'm not sure which player it is, but if I had to guess, it would have to be one of those three, because clearly Mikal Bridges, he was frustrated. Karl Anthony Towns, while I can't say he was openly frustrated, there have been a number of reports that have indicated that not only were the Knicks frustrated with Towns, but at times Towns was frustrated with New York. Not specifically Tom Thibodeau, just with the team and the Knicks in general. So I don't know if Karl Anthony Towns was the player in the exit interview that stated, if Thibodeau is back, I don't want to be here. Maybe it was OG. Maybe it was Mikal Bridges. And really, a part of me is leaning more toward Mikal, only because Mikal throughout this entire season has proven no matter what situation he's in, he is going to speak the truth and speak his mind. And sometimes that's not what everybody wants to hear. It's not always the greatest thing to hear, but he doesn't care. He says it anyways. So I think Mikal Bridges might be the player, but again, that's just speculation. All we understand right now is a player during those exit interviews stated that if Thibodeau was back, he did not want to return. And if James Dolan is leading the meeting and he hears that, and it's probably either a star player or somebody close to being a star player. And if it's that important of a player saying that, if you're the owner, you have to take notice of it. You have to note it down, and it has to influence your decision and where you're going to go moving forward. I'm sure it was a lot of factors, like I said before, but clearly, if a player that's very important to the team is saying, if Thibs is back, I don't want to be here. If that's what you're hearing, then you have to make a decision. And clearly, the Knicks went with their players. They want to keep this core together unless they can make that superstar trade happen. But if that can't happen, they want to keep this core together, make some changes and some alterations to the bench, get a new coach, and see what this version of the Knicks can do going into next season. I just cannot wait until we finally find out who the next head coach of this Knicks team is going to be. Clearly, a lot of candidates, a lot of people want the job, but only one person is going to get it. And the only person who knows the answer to that is Leon Rose. And we won't know until it's announced and everybody knows. Unfortunately, that's just how our team president is. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Because if we don't know what he's doing, the rest of the league doesn't know what he's doing. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But what about you guys? What do you think about these new explosive details coming out indicating that it was Knicks owner James Dolan was the one that spearheaded the conversation and meetings that ultimately got Tom Thibodeau fired? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.